So has anybody actually ever seriously thought about some of these character names? I mean, Zeno Lovegood? It sounds like a porn name. Dirty Harry. Oh! Potential spoilers in this video dealing with the fate of characters, but only things that are spoiled in the first 7 movies, or only things revealed in the first 7 movies. I'm still not spoiling anything that happens in part 2, so don't worry. So I'm gonna make a quick video here just to talk about favorite characters, because J.K. Rowling manages to make some of the most endearing characters that I have found in literature, and that are portrayed so very well on screen, and making the characters exemplify their lovability, likability, whatever. I think I've said it a bunch of times, and most of you guys know that my favorite Harry Potter character is Sirius Black. I just love him. He's so cool. It only furthers that he's played by Gary Oldman in the movies, who's one of my favorite actors. I love Gary Oldman. Just the fact that he loves Harry so much, and he's friends with his parents, and he's just this cool guy with awesome hair and awesome facial hair, and he's just so laid back, and he's a great wizard, and he's smart, even though he's relaxed. That's what I love about him. I got his wand, and when he dies, oh my god. Something I didn't mention in my Order of the Phoenix review. I completely forgot to mention him, even though it's the biggest part of the book for me. Deathly Hallows, I don't get as emotional with, because there's so much death. You kind of get accustomed to it almost. Not that I enjoy the death, but in Order of the Phoenix, I've never had such an emotional trigger to anything in, a book like that. It was this strange shock of mixed anger and sadness. I mean, yes, it's a book, but still, I actually stopped reading it for a while when I got to the end of that chapter. I was so angry. Something I always find funny to show people is my edition of, my copy of Order of the Phoenix, the book, and there's just this little rip right here on the hardcover part, and what it was from is when I first read, when I realized Sirius died, I was so pissed. At first I regretted, ruining the copy, but now it's like this cool little sentimental, totem, or memento, I don't know which correct. One of my other favorite characters is Remus Lupin, also brought about for the first time in Prisoner of Azkaban, because yes, he also really loves Harry. He really cares about him. He's friends with his parents. He's friends with Sirius. He's moony. He's such a sympathetic character. You love him. He's an awesome teacher. While he's still laid back, yes, he's also he has much more responsibility. He kind of puts his foot down in front of Sirius. Not in a contemptuous way, but he needs to, he's the father-like figure. And that's something I love, is Harry kind of has this mixed bag of, family members that aren't really related to him. You have Sirius, who's kind of like his older brother, who's just, a really cool older brother. You have Lupin, who's the father-type figure, yet again, a really cool father. And then you kind of have Arthur Weasley, who's he's the uncle, he's really laid back, and he doesn't really, he's just kind of like, whatever. Everybody loves Dumbledore. He's funny. He's incredibly intelligent. He's so badass. He's the greatest sorcerer ever. And then there's Snape. Snape has to be one of the most interesting, in-depth, complex characters there is in the series. There's Voldemort, who has such rich background. There's Ron, who's so incredibly lovable, even though his character is not all that deep. There's Hermione. Everybody loves Hermione. I mean, Harry himself being the main character above all else, I do really like him. I think his character has flaws. Obviously, he needs them to be a relatable character. He's not my favorite character, but I would not rather anybody else be the center of this franchise. I just love him so much. The way the character's done by Daniel Radcliffe. Joe creates such lovable, such endearing, such interesting, such in-depth characters that, because you're spending 7 books, 8 movies with these people, you have to be able to like them. You have to be interested in what's going on with them, because they are, whether the story's really interesting or not, the story takes place around them, and you have to like them. You have to be interested in them. And she does that so well. I mean, even Neville. Who could have predicted what happens with Neville starting in the first book and seeing where he ends up? I love Slughorn. I mean, I really love Half-Blood Prince's book, and I love Slughorn. I think he's just so awesome. No for particular reason, and he's just funny, and he's just cool. And McGonagall, oh my God. From the 5th book on, really, I just adore McGonagall. The way she vouches for Harry, the way she just kind of shows up Umbridge, and then when she gets hit with all those stunning spells, that was, like, emotional. And there's Hagrid. I love Hagrid. Everybody loves him. How can you not love Hagrid? He's a gentle giant, kind of. He's just awesome. He's a gentle half giant. McGonagall's so badass. She really is. Even Moody and Tonks. I just love them all. You know, you gotta have some Fred and George in there. The thing is, all these characters create this universe of characters. Each one supplies something different to the series. Each one makes the series better, more interesting, more lovable. So tell me, guys, who are your favorite characters? Because I could go on for days talking about the characters that I love. Tell me. More videos coming soon for the Harry Potter Extravaganza. I know, second in one day. But yes, in the comment section below, tell me who are your favorite characters and why. And tell me if you just like them in the books or if you just like them in the movies, because sometimes the characters change, sometimes they're exactly the same. Tell me if it's helped by the fact that you like that actor. Let me know.